the design studio. I am Kat, owner of Kat's Creations and More, and also Kat's Creations Wreaths. And I want to apologize for the delay this morning in our going live. We actually had an issue with our water. We live out here in the country, down in Washington State, and it's very rural. So our water comes from our well. And so when you wake up in the morning and you turn your water on and there's nothing coming out, that is definitely a cause for concern. Good thing was my husband caught it before he left for work and was able to get that fixed. It turned out it was a blown capacitor type of housing control unit. So they were able to get that remedied this morning, thankfully, and we've got water. So I am back today. And what I wanted to show you is I had been looking at my front porch and realizing, girl, you don't even have your front porch decorated for all the patriotic holidays. Even though our house is not visible from the street, we live off of a very rural street. I think we only have like 40 people that live on our street. And we are like the fifth house from the dead end. So there's not an awful lot of traffic. But nonetheless, I was like, this is what I do. This is what I teach. And so even though nobody might see it except for friends and family that happen to come by or the delivery person, it's still great to get your home decorated for the holidays. It creates a very nice, welcoming presence for even when you come home. So I've got the porch all done. And then I was looking at our porch lights, and I have things created for, you know, like the little porch lights that you have on either side of your garage door. I have them for fall and I have them for Christmas. And I was like, oh, wow, I don't have anything for Patriotic because it's going to go from like mid-April all the way through the very beginning where I can switch it out for fall. And so I wanted to show you how easy it is for you to create these. And so I'm going to walk you through. We're going to make one, and then that will give you the idea for how to create the pair. And then a little bit later on, if you come back and follow my Facebook page, you will actually see the final photo of what that looks like and how super easy it is to just switch them in and switch them out. And then you've got a great looking item for your home for the holidays. So if you want to keep a copy of this tutorial, just click the share button below if you are a Facebook follower. If you are on YouTube, just click the save button. That'll go ahead and save this tutorial to your YouTube account. Also, if you want to be notified when I go live, because I didn't know if I was going to be out all day or just a few hours, because our well pump for our water is located here in the shop. And so they had repair guys in and out all day. So I was like, can't really do a Facebook Live with that. So to make sure you get notified, just make sure that on Facebook that you have liked and followed the page. YouTube, you're catching this from a earlier Facebook Live, so all you need to do is click the subscribe button, and then you'll be notified whenever I go live. Let me go ahead and make sure I can get comments pulled up so that if you guys have any questions, I am available to answer those for you. I am so glad that I was able to do this and not miss out on anything. So let's see. Hi, Jean. Welcome. Hi, Pam. Glad to hear you have water, right? I was like, I walk into the kitchen and I'm like looking at my coffee maker, and I knew that we didn't have water. I'm like, why do we not have any coffee? My husband's like, easy, we don't have any water. And I'm like, we do have our emergency water that we have in our home for backup, for drinking water. So we keep a couple cases of water. And he's like, oh, I didn't even think about it. And I'm like, yeah, we got to have coffee because we don't know how long we'll be without water. So we were able to take care of that. Teresa, how is the weather in your area? We are roasting here in central PA in the mid 90s. Well, we are hitting our first 80 plus days. Very hot, very warm. It's supposed to be that way all through the weekend. And my prayers are with you that are like right in the central US, where I think you guys are all getting inundated with a huge heat wave. So prayers that it doesn't last long, that we stay hydrated, that we stay cool. And I'm hoping that this will help distract you guys from all that hot weather. So let me go ahead and put the website down below. I have updated my website, thankfully, today. I'm looking at ways to make navigation a little bit more easy. And so I was able to actually add in the links to all the social media for those of you that might not know where to find me. Those are now available on my website. And I didn't even add this to my shop so that you guys have that available. I think I did this. Okay, we're all set, ready to go. Let me go ahead and I'll pivot you down. It's going to be a couple different options. So I'm going to try to walk you through all of the things. So the first thing that you're going to need to make this super simple to change out every single holiday is we're going to be using an 18-inch evergreen form. And sometimes these are hard to locate. Because most people don't do 18-inch, and I don't understand why. I happen to have gotten these at Michael's. I don't know how long ago, though. So we are going to, and as you can see right now, the unfluffed version is about 15 inches. So what we want to do is we want to go ahead and fluff all this. So let's go ahead and do that. Oops. There's like all these weird thread pieces in here. So fluffing will make it a little bit, and I'm going to fluff towards the outside. Why? Because the inside here needs to go around my light fixture. So everything on this design, we are pulling towards the outside. So we're physically handling every single branch on this wreath to get that fluffed. Now it would look so much nicer if we were fluffing towards inside and outside, but since we want width and we don't want to compromise anything on the inside, we want to make sure that everything is done. And this is the way that they come from the stores when the stores get them in, so that this is how they're packed for shipping. So we need to unfluff these and make sure that you can have access to any and all pieces. And I'm like looking at some of my other things. I think I forgot to cut Deco mesh. So we might even have an opportunity for some Deco mesh prep in here as well. And I swore that I was done with all the Patriotic stuff, but I was like, like literally looking around my shop going, okay, what else can I add to the front of my house? We have topiary trees, which I created bows for. So those sit on top of the bows, or they sit on top of the trees. I added some floral arrangements. We added a lantern swag. Guess I could have done garland too, but I'm not really feel like putting garland up in this type of weather. I do it for fall, and I do it for Christmas / winter, so that I think we're going to be changing. Am I going to be changing the look this year? I don't know. Normally I always do like a candy cane theme, so we shall see. I wasn't really thinking with this, but definitely leaning into it. So we're just doing the one. And I'm trying to think of about how many pieces of Deco mesh I want to incorporate in here. Because we don't want to see the evergreen, but we want to use all the evergreen pieces to hold all of this stuff that is going to be in our design. Almost finished. Again, just pulling all those pieces. We We really want to push those to the outside so that this will fit. It'll just slide right over the top, and they're so easy to use. And I don't think any of the big box retail stores sell these. So it's kind of nice when you can create something that allows you in just a split second to be able to walk outside, flop these right on your porch sconces, and you're like, garage is done. Charlotte says, Kentucky is sunny and hot. Sandra, do you sell these wreaths? Yes, I do. So if you want something custom designed for a holiday, I have not ever listed the porch sconces because I'm like, I guess I just never thought that people would like them. So if you would like them for any of the holidays, you can reach out to me at info@catscreationsandmore.com. Julie or Janet says, sorry, just hopping on. What is it? We're actually making a patriotic, I call them porch lights, but it should be, what would you guys call them? They're on the either side of your garage door. They're like, because they're not really porch lights. They're like garage lights. We're doing a garage kind of swag. So you would have your big light fixture here. And these are, we're just going to flop them right over, pull them down, and then they're decorated for the holiday. Let me grab my Deco mesh. Ideal. This one's perfect. I was thinking, I don't have any that will work for patriotic. And then I found this border mesh, which is super simple. So you guys are going to get a demo on wood burning. So I was out here all day yesterday getting my home ready for 4th of July. You never know, it might turn into an unexpected opportunity to host a barbecue in our home. We haven't done that yet. So we are using an 18-inch evergreen base for those of you that are just joining. Hi Cheryl, thanks for joining. Caught you live Thursday. I think I'm going to start changing our Thursdays and go later. What do you guys think? Should we go later than what we normally do? So, this is what's called border striped metallic mesh. And so we're going to use this. You can get this at Craft Outlet or any place that you can generally get your Deco mesh from. I have my wood burning tool with a chisel tip on it. Did I do something with my hair? Well, this is what happens when you don't have water first thing in the morning. You just kind of throw your hair up and, throw your hair up and you're just like, let's pray that we have water today so we can take a shower later. So there's that. A little bit more information than I think you wanted. So this wood burning tool, I will link on the replay for those of you that are watching this live on Facebook. This is a wood burning tool, like I said, with a chisel point. You need the temperature on this to be 425. Actually, mine's turned down a bit. 425, you need a glass cutting mat. So I prefer them to be clear so that when you lay them over your existing cutting mat, you can see all of your ruler dimensions. So we're going to cut these into 10-inch pieces, and I'm thinking, I'm trying to think how many of these I want. Let's do 8 for now. So when you're using the wood burning tool, you can use it on the Deco mesh. I'm hoping this will work for this one. Because it's got natural fibers in here. It's not metallic. So let's see if this will even work. it is. I always test it because generally speaking with the natural fibers like cotton, it shouldn't burn. So what I have been learning is that sometimes it's not 100% natural, and it might contain plastic in it. So that's what causes it to melt. So as you can see, I am pulling my Deco mesh to where all of my edges are lined up. I have it on the 10-inch line. I'm cutting 10-inch pieces. Where I place this is right on the 10-inch mark. And then I just drag this all the way down, staying in my lane all the way through. And if it gets caught, you can just flick that up and that'll cut that perfectly. Because you can see that it's all like wiggly, it's really hard to get that Deco mesh to lay perfectly straight. But if you make sure that you have a straight cut and that you stay inside your lines all the way through, you'll have an actual perfect 10 by 10 piece. So we're cutting these because Kat didn't know she was going to go live today. Well, I had hoped, but... And then I pulled all my other stuff, but then I totally forgot the mesh. So there's 4. It goes really quickly once you get the hang of it. And you're just going to follow that all the way down. So we're cutting 8 pieces. And when I go to put these in, I'll leave the wood burning tool on in case we need 1 or 2 more. I'm not sure, because it's been a long time since I did this with the evergreen wreaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 more, and then we'll have our 8. I'm just kind of eyeball guessing it, but we need to hide that evergreen form. So last piece, stretch it out right here on the end. And this is why I don't use an impulse sealer. It takes too long. Okay, so I'm going to leave this. I'm just going to push this forward so that I don't get that caught up in anything. Taking our 18-inch frame, and we're going to do a simple ruffle. So I'm just going to ruffle right up the center because I need the red, white, and blue to be on the outside. So I'm going to start this right in here. So this is why we fluff all of our evergreen pieces, and I want these to be on the outside. Not so much on the inside, because that's where our porch or garage sconce light fixtures will be. So gather, kind of coming up a little bit down here, trying to find where I want to place this. Okay, again, pull this sideways so that this becomes something that we want to see. I'm thinking that 8 will be fine. So I'm trying to even it out. Like I said, it's been so long since I did one. We shall see. This was piece number 4. Yeah, I can feel the heat because out here in my shop, it is already 80 degrees. So I'm trying to make them to where we've got some little ruffles, some little waves going on. So this is going to be all things patriotic. So remember, we already did the mailbox swag. So this is going to work with our existing swag. But my mailbox and my porch are really far away from each other. So there's this one. Look, I think the 8's going to turn out ideal. So you can just kind of have them swag in, swag out. I'm going to actually unplug my wood burning tool because we're not going to need that. 8 pieces is perfect for this particular look. And if you wanted to make this with lights, you could definitely come in with lights and add your lights. If you were going to add lights, battery operated, and they go in before the mesh does. So just in case you're wondering, that's how we would add the lights. I do that at Christmas for the Christmas portion, but there we have it. Everything is added to our design, and I know we can still see green, right? But that's going to go away here in a second. So let's move. Oop. I unplugged my glue gun instead of my wood burning tool. So it's always good to move them just in case. And so we cut those 8 pieces to 10-inch sections, and let's go ahead and create the bow so that we know how big the bow is going to be, and then we're going to embellish it like crazy. So these are the color choices that we're using for our bow. Hi Cheryl. Jan said that would help with the dinner hour. Janet says, hey, still looking beautiful. Thank you for that. So we are going to use this 2.5-inch White Star Unread. This is from Personally Yours. It would be PLYWreathssigns.com is how you can order from them. Or you can find it at Craft Outlet, Trendy Tree, Deco Exchange. There's a ton of places. Then we're going to pair that with a 2.5-inch, what I call red, white, and blue stars and stripes. This is from Craft Outlet. Then on top of that, we are going to utilize a red and white Swiss dot. We are going to use a 1.5 red, white, and blue stars with glitter. This is from Kringle Designs, Kringle designs.us. The Swiss dot is from Craft Outlet. And then we are going to add red, white, and blue striped, which is from Kringle as well, 1.5 inches. And then this is called Wavy Stars and Stripes. It's just red and blue stars with little wavy sections. And this is from Craft Outlet as well. We're going to lead, or this is going to be the end. So I'm looking at my ribbon, and I think, I'm going to flip these sideways. I think this is going to be my pattern. So let me show you how we're going to do this. You even have the option to, I pulled this because it's in one of my designs. It's a red, white, and blue film strip. I call it film strip because this is what it looks like on the edge. But you can use that as well if you want more of a darker navy. So using the Bodabra, we are going to create something with a little bit longer streamers. So we're going to dovetail first. So that just means bring your wired edges together, and you're going to cut from the fold down to the wired point. And that gives you a really pretty dovetail edge. So I'm thinking, let's see. I'm thinking. Let's just do this the regular standard bow, because I'm like thinking my porch sconce. I think they're more rectangular. So I think if I put my bow at the bottom, it kind of tucks up underneath the frame so you don't really see the bow. So let's just do this standard, and then we can always move that. We can reposition it around the sconce. So we're gathering at 10 inches, right side fabric to wrong. We're going to bring this up and over, twist, and push it back inside. And then I'm lining this up on the 10-inch line so that when I pull this out, I want the end of my loop to end at the 5.5-inch mark. So keeping it at the 10-inch mark just allows me to place it, and then I can look and go, wow, that's, 6 inches. Pull that in a bit, stretch this back out, go ahead and do another 10 inches on this side, and we'll cut that off. Obviously, we're going to need that for when, after this tutorial, I'll go in and create the duplicate pair. So this one, again, dovetail the end. Go ahead and snip. And then we're going to do these at 9.5 inches. So everything that I will show you later, if you come back and look at the final design, where I show you everything for the home, I have in my shop. So if you want something super simple, like, hey, I just want to pick up all that stuff, I want it to arrive on my front porch, I want to be able to walk out to my front door, and I want to be able to slap that, just put it all together in just a matter of minutes. Well, I've got you. I have everything in my shop, from lantern swags to mailbox swags to the ideal wreath for your front door. I have not added the bows at this time. I don't know why I haven't, but those are super simple to make. I will start adding sets of bows. What type of bows would you guys like to see available for sale? Because I'm never sure. I'm like, do you want holiday bows? Do you want everyday bows? Where and how would you use them? Like, are you looking for them to go on pots? Are you looking for them to go on your lights? Are you looking for them to just maybe add as end caps to your mantle? Because all of those depends on size. And you can always message me and say, hey, Kat, I need a set of bows. I'm working on a mantle, and I need a set of red, white, and blue bows with, super long tails, or, just make me a set of bows, and I can get that sent out to you, no problem. I love being able to help you decorate your home. I did this for one lady who was sadly passing away of cancer, and so this was her last Christmas, and so it was kind of bittersweet. She's like, my family's coming here for the holidays, obviously, last Christmas, but I want to go all out. I need you to create centerpieces. I need you to create things that are going to go over the top of my mantle, garland all the way down my stairs. I just want to be able to pull that out of a box and stick it up and be done. And these are the colors that I want. And we were able to do that for her. God, I was like trying to think. I think the garland itself was like 15 feet long. But yeah, I love that. I love being able to make somebody's life just a touch easier. So I'm sorry if I didn't get these. 10-inch tails, 9.5-inch tails, 9-inch tails, 5.5-inch loops, 5-inch loops, 4.5-inch loops. This one is going to be a 8.5-inch tail with another 4.5-inch loop. And I am just going to, here's the shortcut. Put your fingers in the bottom one and then pull the top one, because they are the exact same size. That way you don't have to, line it back up, remeasure it. Here's that shortcut. But for your tail, you will still need to line that up. And Then we're going to do this. I just need to, I guess if you guys are looking for how to make things in your home, hit me up and tell me, hey Kat, we want to see you make this. Hey Kat, we want to make you see this. You know, I'm getting ready to do all this stuff for my family, but I don't know what to do. Happy to help you. This one is now going to be an 8-inch tail with a 4-inch loop. So we are going to, here's our 8-inch tail. We pinch at the 8-inch mark, twist, place that right inside your bodabra. You're just going to stretch, and then we're going to bring this back to the 10-inch mark and make sure that the end of our loop hits right at the 4-inch line. I'm going to do the same on this side. Twist. I just gauge it, but then I bring it back and we measure it. And then back out to 8 inches. So there's that. Okay. And our last one is going to be the wavy stars and stripes, which is this one here. We're going to dovetail the end. Tails on this one are going to be 7.5 inches long, and it's only going to be a 3.5-inch loop. So there's our pinch, twist, place that inside, up and over, twist, place it down, measure out your 3.5 inches. Then do the same on the other side, just like so. And then we're back out for our 7.5, and we'll do the final dovetail. There we go. That one's all done. Keep all my pins together. And then let's grab a pipe cleaner. I'm going to use a royal blue. So I always bend it in the U shape so it's easier when I go to pick all this up. I'm compressing it together like you were eating a club sandwich. And then we're just going to drop this back down over the top. You're going to hold it at the bottom and you're going to twist. This is great if you lack hand strength, like me. We're going to grab our fluff board. Need to pull all this stuff around. Okay. So this is simply a 24-inch by 24-inch by 1 inch thick, a pre-cut piece of lumber that I have added flooring strips to create a beautiful way to not only make your bows, but also to display them for sale. Since this is going to be a downward bow, it's going to be super simple. You're just going to pull all your tails down. So there's that from this side. Here we're going to grab these and pull these down. So the tails are all at the bottom for a nice bottom bow. You are going to take the top 2 ribbons and you are going to open them, but then also pull them in opposite directions. So like here, I have the wavy stars and stripes at the bottom, and then we have just the red, white, and blue here. So we've got like a diagonal pattern going here. From here, I am going to move my stars up on the top with the Swiss dot here. We're going to do opposite on the opposite side. So one goes up and one goes down. Okay, right in between. And then we're going to do the same thing over here with the bottom two. Open them up and then crisscross in opposite directions. Okay. And then you're just going to go ahead and play with your placement so that you have everything well represented. From here, you're just going to recurl your tails by drawing them through your fingers like the old-fashioned curling ribbon, and your fingers are the scissors. So go ahead and hit all of them. That way they will kind of curl towards where you have them hung. So then once you're done, you can just reposition everything so it creates a beautiful look. So you can see all the colors. And that's what your bow looks like. Just like that. Okay, so we're just going to take this off and we're going to go ahead and attach this to our wreath frame. So set that there. And now we're going to pull our wreath back over. We're going to go ahead and add our bow here at the bottom. So this is super simple. We know where everything is at because it's just getting added to that wreath form, which is really thin. This is what I call a single rail wreath form. Most of the evergreens generally have two. This one, however, only has one, meaning one rail. So I'm bringing that in. We're going to add that. We'll just refluff our bow so that it works out really well for our final look. Bring that up. Okay, there we go. So I always like to elevate and give my ribbons some life and some love so that they're not flat. But that's what we're working with so far. And I know it still looks like, not very good. Now we're going to jazz it up. So the easiest way to do that is we're going to do the same thing with a handful of ribbon tails. And we are going to cut these in. I'm going to start with 14 for one. So this is what you do when you're not sure how long you need to make your ribbon tails. So I've cut them at 14 inches and I'm just going to overlap and do a dual dovetail on one ribbon. I'm going to fold it in half so I can find the center. And then I'm going to gather. And then I want to place these right in between. So you can decide if you want them fanned out or if you want them fanned in the center. I think I like mine kind of fanned out. So I'm going to just use the red and white for now. So 14 is ideal. If I didn't like these and they were a tad too long, you could take the one, cut it down, you know, an inch, and then see, does that hit the mark for you? Always go bigger, never smaller, because if we did 12 and it turned out it wasn't wide enough, then we wasted our ribbon. If this turns out to not be big enough, I can just cut it down. Or, sorry, too big, I can cut it down. So I'm just kind of playing with the placement. I'm thinking maybe 3 on this whole design. I love doing things in odds because it draws your eyes toward the wreath because it looks off. It's not perfectly symmetrical. So here is this. We're folding straight up the center. And I'm just going to drop this one right in here. with my, oop, I completely missed it, evergreen twist tie. There we go. Fanned out just like so. Look how pretty that is so far. So we are slowly, bit by bit, taking away that look. I'm actually going to also add 3 half bows to this. So half bows are basically cut to 19-inch pieces. So we're going to do 3 because those are going to go right here with these. Here's this other one. And here's our final one. And then we're just going to dovetail the ends of all 3. Just kind of stacking those up. And then do a quick dovetail on all 3. Flip these over. Make sure that they're all lined back up. And then dovetail them again. And half bows. You bring your dovetailed edges together. You're going to go up about 2 inches from the top. You're going to gather in so you have a singular loop. Then you're going to come back in here. I'm just going to open mine back up. Going to twist that here. We open the loop. We right side the wrong part. And then they can easily be seen from the outside. So the only reason I call them half bows is because they don't have 2 loops. They're kind of like an awareness ribbon. So open, tuck that in, simple twist. Remember, we're working more towards the outside than the inside. So we're looking to emphasize the outside of our design, because the inside, remember, that's where the light fixture is. And nothing works so good as having these where you just plop them on and you're like, done. Okay, there's this one. Whoop. That's what happens when I pull them too tight. Okay, just like that, nice little pairing all the way around. So we have our bow, we have our trio. Okay, now we are going to add some pops of color. So Hobby Lobby during Christmas, because I'm always about going to all these sales at Christmas, sold these little picks with these metallic balls on them. It's kind of like a glitter ball pick. They come in a thing that looks like this. It's called the Christmas Shop. And you get a whole bunch of them on here. So I still have some left over. I'm going to take my hot glue and we're going to add these. And I'm going to do little touch points in between. We're going to do 3. There's 1. There's 2. And 3. Now remember, if you're making a pair, you need to make sure that you have more than enough to do them both. Okay. So we're just going to come in here and add that one. Where am I going to add the other one? I think right here. But then I'm going to need another one, like maybe right in here. Let me think about that one. Because I'm like, should go here. And then there should be one here. I'm making sure that I have enough for the other one. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think that I would have enough if I used 4. Maybe we can do smaller ones. Let's do the small ones towards the bottom. So there's one. Now that that pick is done, and then we're just going to take this one right off the end. And you can put whatever you want in them. You can put streamers, you can put in little, I'm trying to think of what else, little curlicue ribbons. I'll put this one right here. And I'm going to do the same thing here. And I'm going to tuck this one in right in below so that they're kind of the equivalent all the way through. Okay, now we are going to add in, where did I put them? Some white balls. And so again, Christmas savings, right? We're going to pull our blues out. I'm going to pull the whites out. Let's try those. And I want to do a little pairing. So I need to remove the little tops, because if we don't and you just glue the tops, sometimes the tops fall off, or sometimes the balls fall outside of their tops. And so now what I'm going to do is we are going to tuck and create these nice little cute pairings. Just kind of like this. So we have like a little trio on the large ones. And I'm going to go opposite look here. So this one's going to kind of go over here. And then we're going to go here with this. Okay, there's that one. Whoop. I moved the greenery before I had set my glue in there. So I just frost it like a cupcake all the way around and then all the way back up. There's that super cute little pair. I'm going to do the same thing for the bottom. There's that one. Let's see. This would be great if I can dump them in a box somewhere. Okay, so here's our white. Oop, I grabbed the wrong white. Let me get another glitter one. Oop, and I need another blue. Come on, blue. Okay, so I got my two blues and I've got my two whites, and yes, I have enough for the other ones. So those are from Joann's. So we're going in right here, and I'm going to start pulling some of this greenery down and kind of tucking it as we create our swag. So again, up and over the top, kind of come in and tuck that in, just like that. This is what I'm doing. Keep that so it doesn't roll to the floor. Pull the tops off. Go around the outside. So see this greenery here? I'm just going to bring it back in so that we can tuck, and then we have our blue. Okay, lift this up. So here's our second trio. So that's what we have so far. Couple little sets. Now we're going to add some curlicue picks. These are from Hobby Lobby. These are currently available in Hobby Lobby now, and I'm not sure. Do you guys know if Hobby Lobby has these on sale yet? because when I went and picked out mine, they weren't on sale. So now I'm going to just take and stretch them so they're a little bit longer. We're going to coat the bottom. And again, we're elongating outwards. So they're like this. You're just going to pull them so they're a little bit longer. Both sides. We brought it here. We're going to tuck that in. We're going to grab 2 red. Do the same thing. So I'm cutting them off, elongating them so they're a little bit longer. Just like that. You can probably come up and do one up here instead. Let's do that. So both sides. I'm going to kind of twist that in so that they kind of roll out to the side. Again, if they're kind of stuck, just give them a little tug. Sometimes when they paint them and put all the glitter and stuff on them, they're not ready to go. They're kind of stuck together. So there's that one. I'm trying to think. Trying to make sure that we have more than enough. I think I have another one that we can do, another blue and then another red, and still have something left for the other one. We'll use 3 of each. So I'm going to bring this one. I'm going to probably bring this one down below. Red, white, blue. We'll add the blue right in here, which worked out perfectly. So we're going to kind of come in and tuck that one up. So this one's going to tuck in here. This one tucks below. And Hobby Lobby just has a ton of different things. They have pip berries, they have little pennants. They, like I said, they have these curlicues, and they come in red, white, and blue, red, white, and blue. And then they have these foam stars, which we are going to utilize along with some bigger balls in different colors, because we still need to get rid of a lot of this greenery. So I'm going to come in here with this one. I think in here we're going to do red. So for here, we're just going to simply tuck these back, but we do need something for our glue to adhere to. So I'm going to do a white one here, right next to our blue ribbon. And then over here, let's see if I did it here. It's too much. It's like too much red on red. So let's go and grab a red. So I get these from Hobby Lobby at the end of the season. I think these were like 90% off when I got them. So they're amazing because I'll use these all year round. Okay. And let's add a touch of silver. Let's see, do we have silver? I'm trying to look. I have blue, but it's a different color blue. Kind of like this color blue, which could be pretty too. Look at these. Like that one there. Let me look. Like, maybe this one gets tucked up under here. And if that goes there, I'm just looking at color placement. Something here, something like white. Like maybe like that. Although I like the white glitter. now that I add the red, now I feel like there needs to be a white. Okay, so I'm going to add the white here. There's our red. This blue, we are going to add this touch of blue up in here. Again, we can bring that greenery down because we do have some shades of light in here as well. So the balls just really become huge space fillers. Okay, and then down here, let's see, do we want to add another red? Like down in here. I think I really like that look, like right there. We're gonna do that so that we have those large fillers. I'm trying to get these up on top because I don't want them in the center. We want to avoid anything that is going to reduce the amount of space we have in here and get in the way of where we have our light fixtures. So there's that. Let me look. I have a couple silver. So let's add a silver in here. Lots of glitter so that at night when you turn on your porch lights, you have a really gorgeous look. Okay, so there's that. Now we're going to add our stars. Okay, so again, Hobby Lobby for the win on your stars. There are 4 of each, red, white, and blue. So we're going to take 2 of each, and we're just going to kind of come in and just kind of tuck them in like that. Looks great there. Just right so. And then I'm just kind of, looking at, hey, where do you want to, see other colors? So we have that. We have the red over here. Let's see if we did blue over there. That looks good. Then there's like too much red. Like red, red, red. Nope, nope, nope. Playing with the colors. And then we'll probably tuck this one in right in here. So now what I'm going to do is right where we have created our loops, I'm going to tuck the evergreen behind it, just like we do when we're dealing with the pipe cleaners. And then we are simply going to take our star and lay that right underneath. I'm going to, ooh, we glued that one. Man, I am like quicker than I think. So again, just pull these to the back, going from the center out onto the arms. Using that gets tucked up underneath our loop. And then we're going to come over here. I'm going to tuck these around the back. And then we're going to tuck our blue in. Same thing. Right nestled in. And we've got to pull this one in because I didn't glue that one. So it's going to go right in here. Super pretty. It's getting super full. And yes, we can still see the evergreen greenery. So again, we're going to remove and tuck the inside pieces to the inside, and then we're going to continue to work on cloaking the outside pieces a little bit more. Okay, we're almost there. Not quite, but almost. Okay. With that, Now, let's add some firecrackers. So we can do 1, 2. We can save those 3. And then we can do these. So these are just little shooting stars kind of thing. I'm going to kind of come in and tuck those in. So I'm just going to glue to the bottom. Just like that. There's that one. Kind of come in here and we're going to add this one. Okay, right alongside the base. We're going to nestle that one in right inside here. And then we have one more. I think it needs to go. Let's see. Let's take this one. And we'll tuck this one in. Probably like right in here. Yes, I like that look. Okay. Right in here. Just like so. Okay. So we still have our 2 white stars. So we can kind of do a little interlocking maneuver here and just kind of lock the 2 in. So I'm going to do that. Making sure those 2 are together. And then we're going to do another one. I think right on this side. We're going to tuck this one in. I'm going to tuck that up and under so that this, trying to get my Deco mesh to go under just like that. Refit our bows a little bit. So we have some open areas. You can refill that with balls. You can fill it with, I'm trying to see what else I brought out here. You can do scatters and fillers with that as well. So this is what I mean. Hobby Lobby carries these year round. So if you wanted to, you can come in and add little extra dots where you want to see some additional red, white, and blue colors. Maybe you want some white right inside there. We're just working to fill the outside. Just like that. I'm going to come in here with another blue ball. Like right about there. I like that look. So right now I'm just looking at where do we have the evergreens? Like where can I still see evergreen coming through? And let's glue these so they don't flex apart. Kind of keep those all together. What do you think thus far? Where do you buy those little styrofoam balls? Cheryl, she says I've looked and can't find them. Hobby Lobby. So literally this is what it's called. July 4th scatters and fillers. You'll find it in the seasonal section at Hobby Lobby. And I'm going to tuck another star right about in here. So this is all just about stars and stripes and glitter. Just like that. And this one keeps rolling out because it needs me to hold it until it sets. So I will hold it. You can also get, they have foam stars. I'm trying to think of like what else do they have besides the pennants. Let's go ahead and pull all the glue threads off. We're almost done. Now this can be as thick or as thin as you want it to be. My whole goal is just to make sure we have good coverage everywhere. Okay, we've got that to stick. Obviously over here we're looking for something white. So let's take another white ball, this time with some glitter on it, because I'm going to add that right in here. So we're going to tuck that in, but I want to pull my ribbon tail out of the way so that that's not impacting, because then I can pull this up and over. Let's get that underneath where I want it to go. So literally all I'm doing now is going around and going, okay, I can still see evergreen here, so let's find something blue for here, like we can do our star. And so these are all like the leftovers I did when we were doing the mailbox swag. I totally forgot that I had these extras. So we're going to tuck that in. We're almost done. It's just going to look so beautiful once you go and you look at it outside. I'm now going to pull some of these that are just out and fluffy. I'm just tucking them back. You can just drag these up and tuck them under. I think we need a white star right about, or a red one. I think red. We'll interlock those. It's kind of weird because we've got those two. Okay, Kat, what can you put there? I think white. I think we're going to have to go white. So just like that. And then anything else, like I said, you want to add just more pops of different colors. Like sometimes I feel like there's not enough blue in here, so we can add blue. There's like little baby stars that I can add in here like that, or we can add another baby star. Maybe, do we have a little red one? I don't see the red. I don't see them in the other color. So let's add blue to this one. So now I'm just filling. A lot of times it's just the blue that's missing, you know. So I'm just filling. What do you guys think thus far? Now keep in mind, everything in here you're not going to see. It's the light fixture in here. So you're not going to be able to go, oh look, there's some evergreen in here. Yeah, you're not going to see it. It's mostly the outside pieces we are looking to work on. So just like that. Let's see. Sometimes we just need a little. I'm almost done. I can't think of anything else, any more stuff that I would add to this design, because I think from the outside in, except for in the center, I do want to add something right in the center of our bow. So I'm thinking the large blue would be perfect. So we're just going to add that to tie all the others in to the outside. And let me show you what this looks like so that you can see it in its entirety. And then I will have to take pictures of this once it goes up on the porch garage light sconces so that you can see the full effect. And yeah, that is it. So finished product, believe it or not, by the time it's done, end to mesh, end to bow is 24 inches. And width to width, we are about 24 inches. So 24 by 24, basically. This will not fit on storm doors, but you could also use this as an adorable wreath as well. So this shows you something super simple that you can make. What questions do you guys have that I can answer for you? Sherry says, love this wreath. Roxanne says, I've missed your lives for a while. Well, so that is all I have for you. Check back in a couple hours and you should see the final look. I just got to go make the other one, and then I will take photos of them on the front door. All right, everyone, thanks for joining me, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.